Shalom, Israel. First off, I want to give all praise and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. Yahweh is the God over the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negro and indigenous descent.
That's right.
We are the true Jews and Israelites that the Bible speaks of. We are the true chosen people. We are the real ones. When you see the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, understand that that's God's chosen people.
That's right.
There's no coincidence of why we're in this position. There's no coincidence of how great we can be. So understand that we're out here to speak to our people. That's it. That's all. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because that's the only reason why we out here.
That's right.
We ain't out here to deal with anybody else. So, for the people online tuning in, we in Inglewood, California, Crenshaw and Imperial.
That's right.
Pull up. We out here doing the work. So, first off, I want to go ahead and bring in our brother Nagad, tribe of Benjamin, the Benjamite brother. Noah's Ark, about to get on, about to let us know what it is. He's about to go into the laws. He's about to tell us how do we establish righteousness, what we need to separate ourselves from, and what some of the things that we should keep. Christmas is not for the so-called black, Latino, and Native American man. Thanksgiving is not for the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You learn them holidays here. So we're going to go ahead, man. Let them go ahead.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. So the brother makes a prime example, you feel me? One of the things about us not, you feel me, following our laws, we're about to out here celebrate Christmas. Maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, a lot of our people celebrated Thanksgiving. Now, a lot of us in California don't realize how many Native American families and how many ancestors that we have. So then you turn around and then you celebrate Thanksgiving, and that's just a big, sorry to say it, fuck you to your ancestors. I'm not going to be walking around with a noose, you know, just having fun with it, making it an ideology, praising it. That's the problem with our people. We take vain things and we just make it into something else that's just totally holy, you know, separate to us to make it, you know, big, and that's not the deal. But we're going to jump into these laws because you want to know something? As the Israelites, the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans, if we were following our own law, if we were doing what we were supposed to do, we wouldn't be in these comfort zones right now, just settling for anything, settling for Christmas. Y'all sitting here telling me that y'all gonna tell y'all kids that some white man is gonna climb down the damn chimney and give them something? When the white man ever came in our places, he came in. I'm talking about forced entry. When they ever came in forced entry and gave us anything?
Syphilis.
Not never. Not never. So it's time y'all wake up. Let's bring that out, all right?
Book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. The book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
So one of the main things to understand is the book of the law will not depart from us, man. Y'all got to understand. I got boys. He can hold that. I got boys.
Book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. The book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
So it's not going to depart out of our mouths. You understand? This is something that should not depart from us. We should never part ways. You feel me? The way y'all look at your damn cell phones, try to take a phone out of a black woman's hand right now. Try to take her cell phone from her. Guarantee you, she is not departing from that. That's how we need to not depart from these laws. That's why we're in the situation we're in now. You feel me? And only think about it. We departed from our law, and it should have departed from us. But now think about all the things that have attached themselves to us. Pestilence, AIDS, STDs, you feel me? Not being able to afford your things. And this is things we're going to talk about today. Go ahead.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
And it says, thou shalt meditate. Hey, man, you need to go into that dark place. You need to meditate. You need to be on top of it. You need to really be having this running through your mind all the damn time. If you can sit here and learn a damn Beyonce and a Cardi B song, you know the next Meek Mill Championship, Jay-Z verse, you can tell me all of that. That's you meditating on that. Now, if y'all meditate on these laws, you wouldn't be stuck in this situation we in.
That's right.
I sat here for the last couple of weeks, I worked at Skid Row, I just worked at MacArthur Park, and I'm seeing our people down in the trenches, in the slums. And a lot of our people just don't give a shit about them. A lot of our people just don't care about it. You that's not the law. If the law was with us, if the law hadn't departed from us, if the law was still attached to us, we wouldn't be stuck in these situations we're in right now. We wouldn't be out here trying to spend your. Tell me, sisters is out here trying to spend their EBT money so they can go buy Christmas gifts. What kind of sense do this make? That law didn't departed from you, and that's why we're in this situation.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
And it's funny because the scripture just said that we shall do everything, or we shall observe all of it, right? How many people you come across that say, well, I kind of believe in half the Bible. You know, I believe in some of this, some of that. They're not fully in. They lukewarm. You see that situation in them. You feel me? But if you was taking and you was observing all of the laws, everything that we're supposed to do, and I'm not just dwelling it on one person. I'm talking about us as a nation. All of us have messed up somewhere down the line of not following our law, letting it depart from us, not observing all of it, but just some of it, you know, just applying it through life. And that's not how this works. You ain't gonna half-ass your McDonald's job. You're not gonna half-ass on that resume. You're gonna observe everything to do in detail at that job. That's what you're gonna do. What more is it for your God, though? Because our God ain't telling us for no reason. We got a job for a reason. We got instructions for a reason. There's an end goal for that.
According to all that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Being Drake saying, Kiki, do you love me, and having it streamed 4 million times is not success. Because look how many of our people are out here still on dope. Yeah, they know your song, they know who you is, but it don't help us none. You can God plan all you want to, you feel me? You need to make sure that you get it right. Because when good success comes, us getting this law. Make a song about us doing the law. That's how we come about this drought we in right now. We stuck on stupid. We stuck on dumb.
Book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good.
It said that the scriptures are holy. It says that this law, you feel me, it's good, it's just. Y'all wonder why we ain't getting no just out here? Because we ain't separate, we ain't holy. What's that they say they want to be all mixed in together? Y'all want to be amongst, so that's why they treat us like that. Think about it. We got what? 300 plus years on the line and trying to make it better to mingle with these people? To try to make it good? Come on now. Your own homies in your neighborhood, think about it. You ain't gonna take that from your own homies. Your homies do you grab me, you ready to off them in a second. I'm from San Diego, California. We see it all the time. It's not nothing different. Y'all just gotta step up and be on y'all game. You feel me? And also said that the law is just. You feel me? We ain't getting no justice out here. How much justice do we see? You're actually more in a mentally illness situation if you can just walk past and know that brothers and sisters is getting killed every 5 seconds. When you turn a blind eye, or when you make that normal, that's not good. So our people are suffering from an even worse mental state than we really think. You've adapted into this mentality where you think this is cool, and it's not. Give me Haggai 1:6. And the law speaks on different things of why you, just like it said, it's for success. And that's the thing that our people mainly want. If you ask anybody what they want out here, they want to be successful. They want to rise, they want to be in a higher standard. But if you're taking a bad route to try to get there, you feel me, you're just as guilty as the wrong. And then you wonder why your pockets don't bubble, why you never come up, why you sitting in a bad situation.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
We've sown much, but we bring in little, Israel. And when I say Israel, I'm talking about the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans. We've sown much. Think about all the kids. Think about all the businesses. Think about all our establishments that we kept together. Think about the things that we made. And how much do we make off of it? We don't make a damn penny out of it. We sow little with it. Why? Because we're not successful. Why? Because we're not following the laws.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Y'all over here eating consistently, drinking consistently. All that food in your stomach don't fill you up. All that drink you got don't quench your thirst. This ain't Gatorade. It don't help you. It don't help you. You feel me? The water that you guys think is going to continue to make you continue to grow and to rise, that's not what you need to be worried about. We need to get back to this simple solution of getting back to these laws. That's what's going to help us. That's that water we need. That way I ain't got to see my brothers out here doing bad. If my brother needs a ride, I can give my brother a ride. You feel me? Because I did it so in little. I was actually doing what it does to pertain to the law, stacking the money up that I need to properly to be successful, tell my people that way we was bringing in much, so we sold much. We reaped much, we sold much, I said. Right?
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it in the bag with holes.
Hey, from the poorest man on the street to the richest man in the world, man, what you put on you is not warming you right now. You want to know why? Because you cold on your insides. And the only thing that can warm your insides up is this law. Because the law is just. It makes you feel better. It lets you know even in the worst situation that you in, you're going to get up out of it.
I see it!
Come on now, there ain't nothing that'll warm you even more. Then the scripture continues to say, those that you can get wages, they put it into bags with holes in it. Come on now, that's simple. That's simple. You make $1,000 working for $11.50 every 2 weeks. You feel me? But that's not gonna help you if your rent is $11.50, your car note is $300, and your car insurance is $200. That's just minor holes. Don't have kids. You want your kids to be successful, but you're not raising your kids in the law to be successful. You're raising them in the world, and that's what's going to be their downfall.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 17. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God, and his testimonies, and his statutes, which he hath commanded thee.
That's right. Hey, man, that's what you do. This is what the Lord commanded of us. Diligently. If you knew, I bet you for the military, you don't think that when they go to pass this ASVAB test, they're not doing it diligently? Well, man, these scriptures is our ASVAB, man. It's preparing us. It's training us. We got a law for a reason. Just like in the military, they tell you, you feel me, you cut your hair for that reason. You feel me, so you don't get snatched up. The Lord got a reason why he tell us not to do that. You feel me? There's a law in place for every reason because it's to better us. And that's what y'all got to look at. Until y'all look at it that way, we're going to continue to be downtrodden. Our people are going to continue to step on our people. And we're going to get to that in a second. Go ahead.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 5. Our necks are under persecution.
Right.
We labor and have no rest.
Our necks is under persecution. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Don't be out here acting like it's not. You walk out the house every single day worrying that something's going to happen to you. I don't care if you're living in the highest suburb to the gutters of the gutter. You worry about that every single day because you know there's no There's no end to it with these people. They can continue to do us like that. What else is over here? Something else that was on that slide. Hey, we labor and we have no rest. I just told the brother right now, I'm coming off the straight 21 hours of work and coming back out here to do more work with y'all. You feel me? We ain't got no rest. You feel me? We out here doing all this for pennies. And the job that I'm in, come on now, they pay us nothing. But we out here dealing with some of the worst problems in the world. We got to shape up, man. We got to get these laws back. I know I'm tired of being in this situation. I'm tired of seeing our old ladies fall and crumble. It's to the point our old ladies, they shoot them down now. Ain't nobody shooting none of the mines down. You're going to have to take me to war with that. But also, we got to have these laws because that's what's going to get us up out of this at the end of the day. We're going to stress these laws.
That's right.
If anything, you can get that. We got to step forward there.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Now, I brought that up because I'm about to just change the gear a little bit because with them not following the law, our brothers and sisters don't analyze who they are and they don't realize who they are. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this big uproar between the brothers from the southern kingdom being Canaanites and the brothers from the northern kingdom being Spaniards. It's all some bullshit. Get it out of here. That's not loving your brother, man. That's turning your eye evil towards your brother. You need to understand that Mexican man is going through persecution just like you is. He's working as a laborer harder than we are. They go through it. I see it and I argue with people all the time. Y'all want to talk about the Mexicans and what goes on with the Mexicans and send the Mexicans back. Fuck that. Do y'all realize that we were taken from Africa and brought here where the Mexicans were already at? So this was their land. So of course they have a right to be upset. If anything, we visitors over here. We visitors. But they are brothers, they gonna let us in, you feel me? Uncle Willie and Uncle Elroy. That's how it's supposed to be. You feel me? The brother said that Mexico was the first country to abolish slavery. Come on now. But y'all want to sit here and try to have this pissing contest. Y'all want to think that we better now, we equal. Y'all want to be equal to everybody now, be equal to your peers. Because I tell you this, whole time you'll let the so-called white man tell you that you're equal to him, and you'll be his equal, but you don't treat the Hispanics as an equal. You come with the same racist ass jokes that these crackers do. I know I've been a part of that, sitting on that other side of that realm. So I understand it. You feel me? Our eyes evil towards our brother. We think we hunt out to go kill our people every day, man. Every single day. Just like with the bags with the hole in it. You'll go and smoke a brother for a whole pizza and not get nothing out of it. Think you was going to take everything. But that's not following the law. That's not going to help us. That's going to put us in a downtrodden situation worse than what we get now. Just think about where we at right now. We can't even identify who our enemy is. To us right now, our enemy is each other. And that's the worst thing in the world. Because we continue to perpetuate their plan every day. We continue to carry it out. And brothers and sisters got to understand, man, it's getting to a time where we're going to have to latch on to each other. One thing I pulled from the movie 300, the brother said, well, he wasn't the brother, but the dude said, you're only as strong as the dude that's next to you. I got a strong brother right here. I got a strong brother right here. I know they ain't going to fall. They know if I'm pulling this up, we going to pull it up. And if they at the top and they need me to push them up, that's what I'm going to do. You got to be able to look at it like that. Look at it like that. We was always taught this mentality of be the leader, but sometimes you got to be a second man. You got to be willing to play Scottie Pippen. You got to. Because there might be someone who's just shining a little harder that's going to get it done, but you're still playing your rock. You still got your motion that you need to do. Everybody got their own stone. It's just about what you do with yours.
That's right.
You can contribute and you can help rise us, or you can not add it and that hurts us. Or you could be a nigga and you could take away the rocks and throw them away. And not building our nation is not in the law. We're supposed to build our nation up. Black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother,
Right.
and towards the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Man, there was so much in there. That's so many of our life stories right there. Your father gonna leave is one of the big things. He not gonna be there. His eyes gonna be evil towards his brother. He's gonna be evil towards his woman, and he's gonna be evil towards his eyes. Gonna be evil towards his children, which he shall leave. Let's just talk about that. I already mentioned how much we kill each other. No one wants to talk about it, but we need to talk about the abuse of our women. The abuse goes on consistently. And now to the point where if you step up and you say anything about our women being abused, because I'm not talking about every woman, I can give a damn about any other woman. I only care about the abuse of the Black, the Hispanic, and the Native American woman, because they get treated worse than any other woman.
I see ya!
Bulgarian bitches look like they're the pride of the earth. And they're nothing but dirt. Y'all need to let our princesses know that they're worthy, that they're counted for. Your eyes shouldn't be evil towards them. But what do? We got brothers like Vic Mensa that's trying to make the conversation something, and y'all want to be mad because he talked about XXX and made it worse. But what that brother did was wrong. You can't be scared to call a person out for their wrongdoing. That'd be the problem. Y'all be having respect to your persons, y'all don't want to carry out the law. God.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 20. Them that sin rebuke before all, that also others may fear.
And look, and when we rebuke you for the sin that you cause, you feel me? It's only because we want to see a better life for you. We want you to be right there with us. Ain't nobody doing this shit off an ego trip. Ain't nobody doing this because we think we better than you. No. It's because I want to get out of the position that I'm in, and in order for us to get out of this situation, we need to climb up. So you got to put what you're doing down. There's something better on the other end. Let's follow these laws. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with not sleeping with your brother's woman. There's nothing wrong with that. Leave her alone. Stay away from her. It's not yours. It's nothing wrong with not getting over on your brother or scamming your brother or using your brother. Don't give your brother $30 and then try to take a whole APR rate and get a whole other $45 on the back end from him just because you gave it to him up front. Come on now. What's up, brother? Y'all got to let him know, man. We got to be able to show this love to each other. You got to be able to love your brother, show your brother how it is. Because that's one thing. It's one thing to show people love that you don't know. But as our people, try to show love to somebody who you don't like. That's an even bigger challenge. Let's tell all the Bloods and Crips to stop fighting. My niggas, put everything down. Whatever y'all mad about, put that shit away. And let's peace it out. Y'all know how hard that is? But I guarantee you they'll go out there on Christmas and go hand out turkeys to people they don't know because they feel like they did something good. But you ain't gonna make wars with the enemies across the street. Come on, man, we need this law. We need this law. Because it's gonna get better for us if we keep it. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 4.
That's right.
who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption,
That's right.
and the glory,
That's right.
and the covenant,
That's right.
and the giving of the law,
That's right.
and the service of God, and the promises.
Así es.
The adoption, the glory, the promises, the giving of God, and the giving of the law, and the covenants. This was all given to Israel. The blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans. Come on now. That's that warm that feels good on the inside. You feel me? That's what's gonna keep that's what's gonna quench that thirst. That's what's gonna feed you. That's what's keep you warm. You feel me? Us knowing that the laws, the statutes, and the commandments was made for us and that we're following them, that we have something better on the back end. Think about it. That's where all the best money is made anyway, on the back end. So why you want to be up front? Why you want to be right there? No, we need to not be on the front right now, unless it's on the front and standing up for our people and trying to make them understand that this law is what's going to be our defense. Y'all need to put this armor on of the Most High. That Glock 40 ain't going to always hold you. That motorcycle ain't going to always be able to get you away from everything that you think. Oh, hey, and understand that the service of God is for the Israelites. That's the main point of what I was trying to get to. And the giving of the law. And that's why we're pushing this. Because of the giving of the law. This is our law. This law don't belong to the Jews in the land right now. I don't give a damn about the Holocaust. I'm worried about the Holocaust that's happening on my people right now.
That's right.
Y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about the genocide on my people. But y'all want me to give a damn about the Holocaust? Y'all want me to go to the Holocaust Museum to learn something? I can learn something outside learning the law. I can learn how the elements and how the world works with the law. I don't need y'all. All I need is my people and my God and the laws that he gave us. That's it. You want to bring that up?
The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 3. The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 23. In every good work, trust thy own soul, for this is the keeping of the commandments.
That's right.
Hey, to keeping the commandments, man, you got to trust your soul. But what is our soul trusting in? The Most High. How do we know that? By following the laws, because it's going to become manifested in front of us. Y'all got to understand that. When we do what we supposed to do, we don't get what we want, what we need. Right now, it ain't about what we want, because we got what we want. Our people was allowed to do whatever the hell they wanted, got what they wanted, and now look what the hell our people do now that they got what they want. Come on now, it ain't hard. It ain't hard. We got sisters out here that want the so-called white man. We'll leave our brothers all stuck and go sleep with the so-called white man. Now, that's right, sister, not you, and we appreciate you. That's who we up for the fence for. That's who we out here for. That sister says she ain't gonna turn. But you wanna know something? A bunch of you little girls around here turn on us for a quick buck. Think about it. You gonna fuck a white man to get a white man dollar. You didn't move up nowhere. It's a lot of questions here. Try to get it down.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Hey, y'all want to know why we don't possess our land now? Y'all want to know why it's called Los Angeles, why it's called San Diego, why it's called San Francisco, why it's called Atlanta, why it's called Arizona, why it's called New York? Simple. Because we weren't following the law. It didn't happen. So now we won't prosper. Our names aren't being made. We weren't following the statutes and the commandments, so now we look bad. Ask anybody how they feel about us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're going to get our asses laughed at. You talking about them people that's still over there in slavery? The ones that don't possess their land? They're just over there doing whatever the white man say. They working for him, building up his buildings. That's how we look in the eyes of these other nations. When our law is supposed to have us above these nations, having us looking great.
That's right.
Y'all always want to talk about it. I hear this a lot too. I hear this all the time. People say, oh, well, you guys are using the Bible. That's the same thing that the so-called white man did, and y'all are doing what they did. Well, idiot, if you look at it, they seem to have the power because they run you too. They run your people too. It's just the power got led into the wrong hands. Right now, and they didn't have an understanding of it. Right now, how we're seen right now, Thanos has got the gauntlet. They have the Infinity Stones with our laws, and they're inflicting it all on us right now with the snap. And as you can see, all of our people are fading away, either from drugs, from killing each other, or just simply selling out to be somebody on their side. Why? Because we don't have our law. We ain't got what's us. We've been so distant from each other, you feel me, that we cut it off. We have no understanding now to the point that they can use our book on us. The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 44. So shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever. Forever and ever. What Andre 3000 say? Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. That's what kind of ever we talking about. We supposed to keep these laws. We not supposed to kill each other. We not supposed to do each other bad. We supposed to help each other. We supposed to lift each other up. But what we do, we break each other down. Don't nobody break their people down more than the black, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans. We ain't telling our people it's going to get better. They tell you a smile leads with a smile, but our people ain't smiling. And there's motherfuckers that smile in our face every day. Why? Because it's not right. Because we ain't got our law in us. If we had our law in us, we know that these people that smiling in our face, they got a whole ending coming. And you'll be happy about that, man. You'll praise the Lord for that. To know that you're going to come up out of this situation. Sister, you're going to come up out of that situation you in. No matter what it is. You feel me? Keep that in your head. Yes, ma'am. You feel me? Talk to your sisters. Let them know it's going to be okay. That's where we supposed to be the defense at. Y'all niggas want to protect white bitches. I'm watching the Boondocks the other day. The niggas in jail got the opportunity to take over the jail and get their own thing and their own rights and everything. And the first thing these niggas want is white bitches. Now realizing that the white bitches are destruction to you. The white bitches while you're falling. That white dog is what's going on with us right now. That's got us. Nobody's more dangerous than the white woman. I'll tell you that right now. She sat back in the cut. She sat back in the cut and dealt with her white man to sit there and give him plans. The white man's a fucking idiot. He's stupid. But that white woman, she's conniving. She's a devil. She's the one that's keeping us from our laws as well, because one, all of our Israelite brothers and all of our brothers are sitting here dealing with them. There go that T. Hey, get out, brother. Get out, brother. Wake up. We got to get back to our laws, because our laws is going to tell us to just deal with our own. Little do you know, when you brothers go ahead and you start dealing with that white woman, you make our sisters feel ashamed. These pale dogs. You want to go sleep with a rat. And you want to do our people bad. And it's crazy because when they walk past, they don't even say nothing. If that white man loved you, if that white man loved you so much, he'll stand up for you. White woman, if that black man loved you, he'd stand up for you when I'm sitting here telling you that you're the damn devil. But he ain't got no laws, clearly because he's with you. And we see it. You got anything to cut? This is the book of Exodus, chapter 34,
Good.
verse 15. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go whoring after their gods,
Right.
and do sacrifices unto their gods.
Right.
And one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons,
Right.
and their daughters go whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go whoring after their God.
Right.
Hey, man, that was so deep right there because we're talking about the defense of our women, right? So when we leave the defense of our women and we go and we deal with the other women, now you got your whole mind opened up to their religion. Our brother will go get with him an East Indian woman. Next minute, you know this nigga here doing yoga, talking about he needs to get the damn power from his bottom lower chakra.
Bring it up.
Nigga, get the hell out of here. Follow the law. That damn chakra shit ain't gonna do nothing for you. It's all in your head. You have now let these people give you a placebo that's gonna tell you something that's not right. That does not help you. That's the sugar experiment. You thought you was getting Adderall and it was a sugar, but your mind thought it was you was getting Adderall, so now you're in your head tripping. Literally, that's what's going on with our people. But you got to let them know that it's going to get better. We're going to get y'all off them Adderalls. We're going to get y'all out of that mix.
That's a lot. What's that? You got to put that. Okay, boy, get that ass.
Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10.
Right.
Never trust thine enemy,
Good.
for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And that's the problem with our people. We are trusting this damn so-called white man so damn much we thinking they're going to do something for us. When has the so-called white man did anything for us? Ever. When have they done anything for us? I wanted someone tell me something good that the so-called white man has brought into the earth. Crickets, thank you. You feel me? But also, you got to understand that the Asians is our enemies too.
That's right.
The Arab is your enemy too.
That's right.
The East Indian is your enemy too.
That's right.
You feel me? I got you. It's like we don't even identify who our enemies are. But you want to know who you think your enemy is? Your fellow Hispanic, your fellow black, your fellow Native American. You'll treat him as an enemy. You'll try to go down the street and smoke him. What about the police that kill us every day? I'll be at war with the police all the fucking time. I'm not gonna let them run up on nobody. Speaking of the Asians, your sisters see how they do y'all inside these nail shops. I just seen a whole group of Asians acetone a sister down. If y'all don't know, acetone is a highly flammable product that they use to take the nail polish remover off. They use this nail polish remover. They're spraying this in this sister's eye. They're throwing things and they're just beating these sisters. Why do y'all continue to go to these places? Just because Ling Ling can make a good damn design?
Yeah.
But had you been following the law, had you been doing everything, you wouldn't even be worried about that. You'll know that she's sitting here doing your hands, your feet, and your nails, you feel me? And she's supposed to do that. That's her job as the Asian woman. She's supposed to. You're paying her to do stuff that she's supposed to. Get your hands up. Let's get right. I want to see my sisters own their own beauty supplies. I want to see my sisters own their own beauty salons. They own nail shop parlors. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see you have to go to the damn Asian. That's going to treat you wrong. It don't work like that, and we got to get better out here, man. Because at the end of the day, once again, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, we got to be the defense for our people, especially for our women and our kids. And if you ain't following the law, then you ain't doing it right. Let's get back to it, man. Y'all got to wake up. Because we ain't going to always be out here just doing this. One day we going to have to stand up and fight. God. The book of Surah.
That's right.
Chapter 6.
That's right.
Verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemy and take heed of thy friends. Hey, y'all want to talk about separate? They trying to build a damn border to keep my Mexicans away from me, and y'all ain't going to be able to do that shit. Y'all will never be able to do that. This is their land, and we going to be here. But we got to separate ourselves from this damn white man.
That's right.
We got to separate ourselves from these damn East Indians and these Asians.
That's right.
That's because they are enemies. They've always done foul to us. No matter what state, no matter what city, no matter what country. We got to wake up and we got to be our own damn defense. Step up, man. And I'm not talking about no damn movie. This is real life. We really got people dying out here. So let's really get back to our laws. And you want to know something? When coming with the law comes out with that scripture that the brother just read. It brings out the fact that we got to separate in order to make ourselves better. You got to understand that before you can help the next nation, you got to help yours.
That's right.
And that's what none of our people seem to understand. We got millions of celebrities, artists, rappers, all of y'all. Y'all go across the seas and y'all pay homage to all these other countries. But what about the kids in your town? What about the dope fiends and the homeless that don't get no aid in your own town? But you want to go and help a damn Asian kid and adopt a damn Asian kid. I don't give a damn about their kids.
Go ahead, Hey, because I'm out here causing fire.
So, if you realize on the news, whenever a country goes through some type of devastation, America wants to play the big brother.
Right.
They want to send over resources.
Right.
They want to send over airplanes, boats. Whenever another country goes through it, America wants to help them out.
Right.
Who the hell is going to help the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans?
Right.
When are they going to send us some help?
Right.
What country's going to come tear down the border walls? Who's going to stop the so-called white man from killing us?
Right.
Every time something happens in another country, the U.S. sends millions of dollars of relief.
Right.
We're being killed by the boatloads, being put in jail cells.
Right.
What country is going to come save us?
Right.
Where's our redemption?
Right.
Where's our comforter?
Right.
Where's our general?
Right.
Where's our Hamashiach? We waiting on them. That's why we out here. We out here to wake you up, not to wake you up to nothing,
Right.
not to promise you a new job,
Right.
not to promise you a better day. We're trying to get you salvation.
Right.
We're trying to show you the way so God calls you great in the kingdom of God. We don't want to be called least anymore.
That's right.
We've been least for too long. And the so-called white man is the damn devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
So when you see that white man in that fire truck, in that police car, know that he hates your guts.
That's right.
Know that he will not have you at his table on Christmas Day.
That's right.
But he's going to get paid a lot of money when that Christmas tree burns up and kills your whole family because you wanted to keep the white man's Christmas.
That's right.
You want to keep the white man's holidays. And that white man's going to get paid to come put that fire out, and he's going to go home and tell his family how poor blacks and Latinos are still leaving the Christmas lights on overnight. And it's going to continue to happen. Like he said, the Bible suggests that the children of Israel, the real Jews, the real Israelites, that we should separate ourselves from thine enemy.
That's right.
You need to know that. And take heed of who your friends are.
Hey, because you got to understand, the so-called white man is a cancer to the earth. And there's only one way to kill cancer. You got to get rid of all of it. With that being said, we have to get rid of all of you crackers. From the itty little bitty little embryo, all the way to the oldest one that's dying on his last crippling bump, according to the Bible. This is not what I made up. This is what the scriptures say. You white people have to go down. The Chevy Malibus, all of that. Right, let him see. Let him get him on camera. Let them boys be famous. Let them boys be famous. We got some fire for you now. Look, he rolled his window down just so he could hear what we had to say. And he got torched. You can tell because he blended in with that fire truck. When y'all run the footage back, y'all gonna see he just blended straight in. That's him. That's him being boiling on the inside because he know they wrong. Like the brother said, the brother just said something awesome. He said, when the Christmas tree burned down, the so-called white man is going to come put that fire out because you bought a damn Christmas tree. Why did you buy a Christmas tree? That's not in our law. The damn pagans didn't give no damn about us. Black people, you were a Christmas gift at one point in time. For someone to ash their cigarette butts on and kick their feet up on you on. But you want to go and buy Black & Decker table stuff for your husband so he can work on his grill outside. What the hell wrong with y'all, man? Y'all talk about the gift of giving, but the only gift that y'all giving is debt. That is literally the only thing. But the gift that y'all need to be giving is this law. Because this law is life. And it keeps you walking. And it bring you back from bouncing from nothing. We sitting in hell right now going through it. Going through it. But we gonna prosper. We gonna make it. We got all kinds of out routes. You got a present?
Okay, right. Hold on, let me.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 3.
Right.
For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. I don't think we need to talk, we don't even need to ask of what holiday that is if they decking it with silver and gold. Hey, bro. Hey, brother, it's quarter right here. What they deck with silver and gold for the holidays? You don't know? Hey, that's you said the halls? Hey, that's what they do. Hey, brother, but did you just hear in the scripture? That scripture is just null and void that whole thing. It just took that whole Christmas scripture out. But then they'll tell you that Christmas is about Jesus. But the scripture just hold on, we're gonna read it one more time. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
Christmas is a custom that we celebrate every year, right? Go ahead.
Listen to this, brother. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Right.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Right over there.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. Brother, was that Christmas? That was Christmas, brother. And the Lord said that those customs are vain. You want to know why? Because think about the things that our people go through to get this money for Christmas. You got sisters that's out here selling ass right now talking about they getting Christmas presents for their kids.
What that sound like, brother?
And here's a fact for you, brother, real quick, too. Did you know that Christmas Day happens to be, statistically, one of the days that has the highest rates of suicide? You know what? Because of what the brother just said right here.
Right.
Everybody's saving up to do what?
to buy gifts, starting at Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then Christmas, right? And guess what? People kill themselves around that time because they don't have money to buy their children gifts. So they commit suicide. I've had 2 friends personally that died on that day, giving gifts to their kids. A gift. Hey, man, and it's all over a gift, man. Our people out here doing everything in vain for some gifts. You want to know something? You want to know the best gift you can give your kids? Feeding your kids life. Let them know that you're going to always be there to protect them. Because you want to know something? You being at work for 16 hours out the day to get them Christmas presents, you don't know what happened in them 16 hours. You don't know what happened. You weren't there to protect your kid. You weren't there to save them from the harms of the world. It's like the dodo bird. What does the dodo bird do? She raises kids of the other flock. She picks up kids of the other eggs and she watches them. But her own eggs die. If y'all notice anything that's in the history, that is history, a lot of our moms wasn't there to watch us. So it's psychological, right? And his brother, tell me, how many of y'all brothers grew up with white teachers? So understand that you fall in love with what teaches you. By the time you're 5 years old, that is when you really recollect a lot of things. A white woman is your teacher. For the next however many days, you see this woman every single day. So at this point, I see brothers who love the white woman, and all I can really think about is that. Because that brother seen that his mama was gone, that defense wasn't there, but that white woman was there to defend him. And in the whole time, she's the devil in disguise. She is deceitful. She will do you in if she gets the opportunity. We've seen it numerous of times. But y'all want to continuously go mess with these white women. Y'all want to continuously end up on Snap. Y'all see what happened to the brother OJ? OJ made it. He beat it. And then they locked my guy up for something else because they had to get their payback on it. But you want to know something? If OJ was following the law, if OJ was dealing with his own people, OJ wouldn't be in the situation that OJ's in currently. You'd still be a Hall of Famer. You'd still be all of that. So at the end of the day, man, we need to understand that we got to come to these laws. Because that's what's going to build us up. Maybe after, if we can get those things down, and even if we can't come to a common denominator on what side is the best, let's figure out what's best for our people. And I guarantee there's always going to be a scripture that defends that. There's always going to be a scripture that states that we need to be following this so we can aid and evade ourselves better. Because right now we doing bad, man. We doing bad. And as soon as we get up out of here, man, we ain't got nothing to worry about. Hey, brother, I just let you know it's going to get better. Just keep that up in your head, man. Just know that. Brother told you it's going to get better, man. That's right. You feel me? We ain't got to have no evil eye towards our brother. That's not the law. Let your brother know it's going to be okay. Let your sisters know it's going to be okay. Even if we in the downs or the slums, it's going to be all right. We've been going through this. It ain't nothing. We just got a little while longer. We got to stride it out. And as long as we link to each other like a link, as long as we chain to each other, we're the strongest thing. I don't know a lot of y'all, but I've watched a lot of movies in my time. One thing is soul food. And what did Big Mama say? You feel me? If we crumble our fist up and we become a family and we do what we're supposed to do as brothers and sisters, we'll give these people one mighty ass blow for their money to put ourselves back on top. And when I'm talking about ourselves, I'm talking about the blacks, I'm talking about the Hispanics, and I'm talking about the Native Americans being back on top as the kings and the princesses that we are. Little brother, understand that you're a king. Identify yourself as one and hold yourself accountable as one. That's the thing. If you hold yourself to the status of a gang member, you're going to treat yourself like a gang member. But if you hold your status to a God, you'll act like a God. And that's what we need more out here. To understand that you a God, brother. Let y'all know that.
There ain't nobody telling y'all that every single day, but y'all need to hear it. Our Lord said we was made in their image. And if we was made in the image of a God, then we are a God. Understand that. This is our brother, this is a God right here. He is a power. This brother has a lot of power to do whatever it is he wants to. As long as he has these laws with him. As long as he's following these statutes and these commandments. And that's just how it is. At the end of the day, follow these laws, man. I can't express that no more, no less. At the end of the day, we're going to give y'all everything we need to do about the law. Because the law is what we need to originally get back to. And with that, I want to say shalom. I want to give all praise to the Most High. Yahweh, in the name of Son of God, saying our Shai. And that's my time.
Shalom, 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 Israel. We are here once again, here to proclaim this truth to the real 12 tribes of the nation of Israel that today are grossly called the so-called Black African American, the so-called Hispanic, the so-called Latino, the so-called Native American Indian. These are the real 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And we want to thank Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai for giving us this day and this opportunity to come here and build amongst our people. We hope that we will get your attention with this law, with this word. So without further ado, we will start, as this brother was saying earlier, to understand, number one, we are not all the same people. When people say that we were all created equal, that's a lie. Look at us, brother, standing here. Which one of us is the same exact height, the same weight? We're not. So how are we created equal? And that's just us. Just 4 people standing here right now. So how are we created equal with everybody else in the world? So that's a lie. When they tell you we're all equal, we're all made by the same God. Yeah, he made us all. But this is what they didn't tell you in church. Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8. And today, just so you know, we're not just going to give you the word in English, but that's one slave language we know. We're also going to give it to you in Spanish. That's another slave language we know. But our pure language is Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew. That's our true language. And we spoke in other languages, other dialects since then. But the last one that we're speaking in this captivity is English and Spanish. So we got the gift of tongues here. And we're going to go ahead and break that down. So let's start with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8, in English, please. Because it's time that somebody came out here and the Spirit of God is waking us up to come out here and give you guys this truth.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. That the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when they separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Fine. So that's telling you that who divided who? The Most High divided the nations. And he gave each nation their inheritance. And he separated the sons of Adam and set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Yasharallah. So first thing you have to understand is he divided the nations. I had somebody tell me the other day, well, God's not the author of confusion. Well, who confused you at the Tower of Babel? God did that. The Most High did it. He divided the nations. If he did it, didn't he have a reason for it? He just showed you right now in Deuteronomy, he had a reason for it. But let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. And let's see why he separated us. First, I just showed you that he did divide the nations. But now let's show you why he divided the nations.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Let's read that one more time loud, brother.
For thou art an holy people
Holy means what? Separate.
unto the Lord thy God.
Separated unto who?
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
The Lord thy God has chosen us to be a special people. That's the same Most High God that divided the nations. We're not talking about another God. That's the same one that you guys are trying to tell us, oh, we're all the same. We're all created equally. That's not what that means. Keep reading.
Above a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above who?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now, before I go any further, let's get that in Spanish. Let's go back with Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. Vamos a ahorrar la palabra en español, porque el latino, el hispano, también es parte del reino de Dios. That's right. That's why I can sit here next to this so-called black man, and he's my brother. He's got my back, my front, my side. I got his back, his front, his side. That's right, Shalom. Right? So let's break this down in Spanish, because we got the gift of tongues. Thus saith Yahweh.
Deuteronomio, capítulo 7, versículo 6. Porque tú eres un pueblo santo para Yahweh,
Un pueblo santo para Dios, Yahweh.
tu Dios. Yahweh, tu Dios, te ha escogido.
Tu Dios. No el Dios de toda la gente, es tu Dios. Ese Dios es para ti. Ese Dios es para ti, no es para toda la gente. Y toda la gente no es para ese Dios. Ese es el Dios de nosotros.
Yahweh, tu Dios, te ha escogido para hacerle un pueblo especial.
Él te ha escogido. Tú no lo escogiste a Él te ha escogido a ti para hacer qué?
Un pueblo especial, más que todos los pueblos que están sobre la tierra.
Más que todos los pueblos, toda la gente que está en la tierra, Él los ha escogido a nosotros. ¿Para hacer qué?
Más que todos los pueblos. Más que todos los pueblos que están sobre la tierra.
Más que todos los pueblos que están en la tierra. Eso es lo que está diciendo eso. Nosotros no, todo el mundo no está igual. No estamos en la misma gente. Así no es el chiste. Así no va la cosa. Yahweh los escogió a nosotros. So the Most High divided the nations. He separated us. But why? We learned that he made us a holy people unto him. Chosen us to be a special people unto him. Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. We just learned that. So now we're going to go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 100, verse 3. And you got to know, brothers and sisters, that because we're a special people above everybody else, can't nobody tell you different. But we've allowed the white man, his philosophies, his ideologies, his beliefs to try to tell us that we're everything but that. He don't want you to know that you're a special people. That the God they say they serve ain't for them. He's for us.
That's right.
So understand this.
Psalm 100, verse 3. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us.
Who?
He that has made us. And not we ourselves. We are his people. And the sheep of his pasture.
That's right, you so-called black, Hispanic, Latino, and Native American people. You guys are the ones that God made us, and not ourselves. But why? Because we're his people. The sheep are his pasture.
That's right.
These little kids right here, these are kings and queens right here. That's who they are. A prince and a princess.
That's right.
That's what they are. And that's what we need to tell each other. When we talk to each other, we should address each other as kings.
Right.
And get ourselves back in the vibration of knowing that that's who's in you. That's the spirit of who you are. And if I can say something, it's definitely how the brother said it. We need to identify ourselves as kings. Because you want to know something? The permits are busted. That's something. But the brother said that we got to identify ourselves as kings. You know, princesses and princes. You want to know something? We refer to each other as niggas every single day. We look at each other as niggas every day. And that's why we treat each other like that. Because the moment we was treated like niggas, we now inflex that on our people. And that's why it's like that. And that's why when we call each other that, instead of a god or a king, come on now, it's psychological. So again, as the brother was saying, it is psychological. When you start telling your children that they're kings, instead of, hey boy,
Right.
come here little boy. You know why? We have to understand that they're not little boys and girls, because they're going to grow. And they're going to grow into people. Everybody grows into something, right? A grown man, a grown woman. And then from there, we find out if they're evil or what kind of disposition they have. But the point is this. This is why other nations historically have tried to kill our male children. It wasn't just because they're cute. Oh, look at this little cute baby, let's kill her. Nah, you know what? Because they knew that, that little child was not going to stay little. He was going to grow up and whoop their ass. Like we're going to do one day again. And that's what's coming. So let's read Psalms 100, chapter 100, verse 3, again in Spanish.
Salmo 100, versículo 3. Reconoced que Yahweh es Dios. Él nos hizo y nosotros a nosotros mismos y no nosotros a nosotros mismos.
Él los hizo. Yahweh, nuestro Dios, los hizo. Nosotros no lo hicimos nosotros. So, no se den tanta gracia y como si ustedes hicieron algo especial. Él los hizo a ustedes. Él me hizo a mí, no nuestros parientes. So, hay que saber eso. Siga.
Pueblo suyo, somos ovejas de su prado.
Somos sus ovejas. Hay diferentes animales en el reino de los animales. Pero nosotros representamos la oveja para él. Eso es lo que significamos nosotros para él. Somos sus ovejas. So we were just reading right now. It is God who made us and not we ourselves. We're his people. We're the sheep of his pasture. And you know that later on, most Christians and people that are familiar with the Bible know, they say Jesus is the Lamb of God. But you have to understand that the Bible uses a lot of parabolic, symbolic metaphors to describe certain things. He wasn't literally a four-legged woolly animal. But it's giving you the connotation, the symbolism of a lamb being sacrificially used. And guess what's so beautiful? He was considered a lamb and we're his sheep. You see? Same type of animal, right? So let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 15, verse 24.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right. He was sent to who? The lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's who we are. You know why we're out here? Because our people are lost. lost in what? Translation. They don't know that they lost their identity. That's the thing. God don't even know that you lost something. That's why you ain't fighting to get it back. But let somebody ride up on you and tell you, hey, dog, somebody just stole the rims on your whip. You're going to grab heat. You're going to grab whatever you can just to make sure you can get back what was stolen from you. But that's the reality, that we don't even know what was stolen from us. Let somebody say, hey, man, somebody jacked your earbuds. O si alguien te dice, hey, mira, alguien se robó tu teléfono. Rapidito van a tratar de recordar lo que alguien se robó de ti. Pero el latino no sabe su identidad. Él no sabe lo que le ha pasado.
What's up, brother? I see you looking at this sign, man. You ever heard of the Israelites before?
I know the way.
You know the way? You been on it?
Yeah, I'm on it, man.
You been trying, bro? All right, man.
You gotta keep that unity.
Yeah, we got you. And that's what we out here to do, man. We out here to tell you that we love you, bro. We out here to tell you that it's all good and it's gonna get better.
There you go, man. He said he already faced. Hey, bro. Continue to
Black
build
and
it,
brown,
bro.
man. Black and brown. They
That's
gonna try to
right,
put us
that's
down,
right.
but we're gonna stay up.
That's right,
brother.
That's right, brother.
That's right.
Brother's already in the spirit.
Huh? So see, another brother already
Say,
identified
brother.
himself as Israel right there. Why? Because Yahushua is doing his job. He's not going to fail in what he sets out to do. He said he's coming to gather the lost sheep where? Of Israel. And look at these brothers right here. We was lost. The lost and found. Right? We know our identity now, right? We know it's been stolen from us, right? So now that we know it's been taken from us, we know that we're supposed to get it back. But more importantly, we know how to get it back. And it's going to come through what? These laws, these commandments. So let's go to the book of Genesis. Actually, yeah. Let's read el libro de Mateo, capítulo 15, versículo 24. Para saber, porque ahorita estamos entendiendo que somos las ovejas de Dios, ¿verdad? Que los tribus de la nación de Israel son las ovejas de Dios. So vamos a ver qué dice el libro de Mateo.
That's
Mateo 15, versículo 24. Y le respondiendo, dijo, no soy enviado sino a las ovejas perdidas de la casa de Israel.
That's right.
Las ovejas somos nosotros. Las ovejas perdidas de la nación de Israel. Y esos son ustedes. Esos son ustedes. Somos hermanos.
That's right.
Mismo padre, diferentes
right.
madres, pero la misma familia. Y esa es la verdad. So now that we know that we're the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the so-called blacks, African Americans, so-called Hispanic, so-called Latino, so-called Native American Indian, now that you know that that's who the real lost tribes, the real nation of Israel is, let's read what this says in the book of Genesis 22, verse 17. Let's bring it out real quick. We ain't playing. This ain't church the way you used to having it.
That's right.
This ain't microwave church.
Right.
Let's cook this. Genesis chapter 22, verse 17.
That's right.
That in the blessing I will bless thee, and in the multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven.
Don't y'all know that blacks, Hispanics, and Latinos have no problem because we're so fertile?
That's right.
That's what he gave us a promise. He said, I'm going to multiply you
That's
in
right.
your seed. What does the seed represent? Sperm.
Yeah.
What do you do with sperm? It grows. It has children. That's why we don't have any problem getting pregnant.
Right.
Other nations do. The white man can't get pregnant for nothing. He got to do in vitro. They got to do all kind of madness to get their women pregnant.
And they gotta sleep with our women.
Huh? Say it again, brother.
And they gotta sleep with our women in order for them to reproduce.
Come on now. They got to sleep with our men just to reproduce. But little do they know that everything follows the seed line of the man, not the woman.
That's right.
So you take a white woman, she lay with a black man, that baby's black.
That's right.
So-called black. But he's really of one of these tribes of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
So the joke's on you, Jack.
That's right.
The joke's on you, Jack. But he blessed us and multiplied our seed like the stars of heaven. And the sand. Keep going, brother.
And the stand which is upon the sea shore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
That's right. We're going to possess the gates of our enemies.
That's
What's that
right.
gate? The gate represents the leadership, the elders. But it says we're going to possess that gate. That we're going to be the OGs on the block like we always once were. We're going to have that position again.
That's right.
So read that to our Latino brothers in Spanish. Genesis chapter 22, verse 17.
Ah.
El libro de Génesis, capítulo 22, versículo 17. De cierto te bendeciré y multiplicaré tu descendencia como las estrellas del cielo y como la arena que está en la orilla del mar, y de tu descendencia poseerá las puertas de sus enemigos.
Ahí está, gente. Nosotros no tenemos problemas normalmente teniendo hijos. Porque Dios nos dio esas promesas. Que los iba a multiplicar con hijos. Por eso es que el latino, el moreno, tiene un chico de hijos.
¡Así es!
Pero eso no es problema para nosotros. Porque eso viene a ser una bendición de Dios para nosotros. Eso es una bendición que nos marca a nosotros para saber quién somos nosotros. Y eso es la verdad, pero ¿sabe qué lo pasa? Cuando uno no sigue los mandamientos y las leyes de Dios, todo va mal. En vez de tener las bendiciones de Dios por la obediencia, tenemos que maldiciones que se pegan a nuestra gente y no se le puede quitar con nada, ni con brujería, ni con la Santa Muerte, ni con nada. Sus santos, todas las oraciones, lo que quiera poner, eso no le ayuda a uno. Eso es lo que trae el castigo. Ni las veladoras, ni nada. Tus oraciones, todas son abominaciones. Eso es lo que es. So what happens to us when we don't follow the laws and commandments? And you just finished talking about how special we are. Because he divided the nations. That was his reason. He chose us above everybody else. That was his doing. The Father's doing, right? So he just told you he had a plan. Now the minute we strayed away from that plan, now look what happens. We go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, 17. Read.
And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies.
He's going to set his face against us. You know how that looks when you're fighting with a brother or a sister and they're tired of hearing what you got to say. They turn their face from you. When that happens, that means they're turning their back on you. They're not interested in what you got to say, what you're talking about, what you're feeling. None of that matters. And here God is saying that he's going to do what? Say it again.
And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies.
So he said he's going to set his face against you. It's one thing if I turn my back to you. It's another thing if I turn my face against you. Right? So he says, what?
And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you. And
There it is. Say that slowly. One more time.
they that hate you shall reign over you.
They that hate you shall reign over you. So I got a question. When you go to work, you have somebody over you. If that person is more than likely not of your nation or your tribe, you best believe, according to the Bible, they hate you. That's what it says. Read it again.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
They that hate you shall reign over you. So when you're at your job tripping, why does this white man always treat me this way? Why is my boss always talking down to me? Why do they always want to crack indecent jokes at work and then laugh about it, knowing damn well that it's going to piss you off? Why? Because they hate you. Don't marvel at that. Don't be surprised like, damn, I can't believe they don't like me. You think because they hired you, they like you? They didn't hire you because you were the best person for the job. That's what they made you think. They have something called discrimination laws. You know why they had to create those laws? Because it was happening so damn much. They had to try to do something to make it look like they were going to stop it. Just like they do with, okay, let's start the police department. Let's go out there and stop criminals. But they end up doing more of the crimes than some of the criminals. Ain't that a trip? That's what happens. I'm not talking everyone, but I'm saying most of them, that's how I get down. So he's saying, read that one more time, man.
And I will set my face against you, and you shall be saved before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you.
So those that hate you reign over you, and we're going to be slain by our enemies. We don't know who our enemy is. We're learning today your enemy is the so-called white man. His ideologies, his philosophy, his education system, which is really public indoctrination. And we defend it and we think, wow, well, look at everything everything you can get by getting that degree. But you seem to forget that you're getting that from where? Him. So you're still building his empire, which is why he gave you a job, so that you can work for him. But you don't think that's slavery. Never mind that. I got a good gig. He's going to tell me what to do, and as long as he pays me, I'm going to overlook the fact that he hates me. So let's read that in Spanish para saber bien rapidito que cuando no estamos obedeciendo los mandamientos de Dios, tenemos maldiciones. So ahora vamos a ver qué son esas maldiciones cuando no estamos obediendo como las ovejas de Dios.
El libro de Salmos, capítulo 116, versículo 41. Los entrego en poder de las naciones y se enseñaron de ellos que los aborrecían.
En otras palabras, que por ser desobedientes, Él los va a poner, ¿dónde? Abajo de nuestros enemigos. Y ellos se van a subir sobre nosotros en poder, en posición. En otras palabras, por eso es que trabajamos por ellos y ellos los odian a nosotros. Entonces no hay que ser o pensar, pues no sé por qué esta gente me tratan así, porque te odian. Eso es lo que dice la Biblia. Y como dijimos anteriormente, todos creen que somos iguales, que toda la gente somos hermanos y que hay que llevarlos bien. Pero eso no es lo que dice la Biblia. Desafortunadamente así no va la cosa, muchachos y muchachas. Así no vale. Lo que pasa es que esta gente, la mayoría de todas las naciones alrededor de nosotros, los odian a nosotros. Los envidian a nosotros. Ustedes ni saben por qué, pero vamos a seguir leyendo. ¿Qué podemos hacer? Sabemos que necesitamos estas leyes, estos mandamientos. Entonces, ¿cómo podemos cambiar estas cosas? Vamos a ver, vamos a empezar con esto. Vamos a ver desde el principio. So we just read that we're above all people. We're not equal. Nobody's equal to us. We just read that them that hate you shall reign over you. We just read that. We just read that God gave us into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them. So you're finding out a whole bunch, like all these brothers are teaching right now. So now let's start with, what do we do now? How do we fix it? Now that we know that we're not equal, that we're above everybody else, that the Most High divided us, that was his doing. That was his perfect doing. So how do we start fixing this? So let's read the book of Psalms, chapter 32, 5.
I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I say, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin.
So we can start it out, brother.
I acknowledge my sin unto thee.
How are you going to know what your sin is if you don't know the law? So once again, it all points back to the law. The same thing the church is telling you. So they're doing the thing that the law is done away with. They're telling you Christ died so that the law is done away with. So they're the lawless ones. No law. So that means we can walk into a church and basically sleep with the pastor's wife. Because there's no law. We can walk in and basically guns drawn just say, hey, give me the whole collection plate. And don't tell me that I'm stealing because there's no law. What the hell are they talking about? There's a law. And them not teaching us the law brings a curse upon them too. And obviously us. So the first thing it says, I acknowledge what?
I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid.
So that's what you need to do first. Acknowledge your sin. But you're not going to do that first till you learn the law. Till they're telling you what the law is. But once you learn what the law is, you have to acknowledge your sin, black, Latino, and Native American man, because you're the real nation of Israel. And only unto us were the laws and commandments given. That's why it's important for you to know that. And confess your transgressions unto God. And he'll forgive that. He will. But he's not going to give you the law and tell you how to fix it, how to follow it, observe it, and then tell you, oh, if you break it, I'm not going to do nothing. You don't do that with your children. You do something wrong, you're going to whoop that ass, right? Because that's how you prove that you love them. And that's what he does to us. So let's flip that in Spanish. Let's read that in Spanish. ¿Qué es lo que tenemos que hacer para empezar a cambiar lo que está jodido, lo que está fregado? Vamos a ver.
Libro de Hechos, capítulo 5, versículo 31. A este Dios ha levantado con su diestra por príncipe y salvador para dar a Israel arrepentimiento y perdón de pecados.
Para dar a Israel, ¿qué?
Arrepentimiento de pecados.
¿Cómo?
Arrepentimiento de pecados.
De los pecados. Tenemos que arrepentirlos de los pecados. Pero ¿cómo vamos a arrepentirlos de pecados si no sabemos qué es el pecado? Pero ¿cómo vamos a aprender qué es el pecado? A través de las leyes, de los mandamientos de Dios. Con eso sabemos qué es lo bueno, qué es lo malo, qué es lo que tenemos que seguir y qué tenemos que dejarlos, ¿verdad? Entonces, todo empieza con las leyes, los mandamientos. Sabiendo eso, podemos reconocer qué es el pecado. Entonces podemos empezar a dejar esas cosas. ¿Sí o no? Claro que sí. Vamos a leer. So this is what we're supposed to do, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Since we want forgiveness, we need to repent. But how are you going to repent if you don't know the laws and commandments? You don't even know that you're supposed to follow the laws and commandments. Because they're telling you a white Jesus, a homosexual white Jesus, whose real name is Caesar-Borgia, died on the cross, and now died so that you can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can eat pork. You can follow Thanksgiving, Christmas. We just covered Christmas. You can't play with them trees. You can't bring them into your house. You can't give gifts on that day. Just because somebody, the white man, told you that you could celebrate it. We just got over Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving. That's what y'all celebrated and had turkeys. and now you're going to go and waste all your money. You just finished doing it for Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and all that, but let's save up more money. I talked to a brother the other day, a so-called Mexican. He says, hey, bro, are you getting ready for Christmas? Hell no.
That's right.
He says, have you saved up money to buy the gifts? Hell no.
That's right.
Why are you doing it? Oh, you know why, man? Because you got to do it for the kids. So the kids run your household? They tell you what the hell to do?
Right.
No, it don't work that way. You raise them up.
That's right.
They don't raise you up. Busting your ass working overtime to get some more gifts so you can do exactly what God told you not to do. But you believe in God. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So let's see what he's saying right here. This is what we have to do to begin to get that forgiveness.
2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves
Humble yourself, like Kendrick Lamar said.
and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven.
You sure you didn't say, hey, when you go to church and pay some tithes?
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways.
Turn from the wicked ways. The same thing that the whole law was trying to do. Tell you what was wicked, separating the good from the bad, so that you would know what to do. But you know what happens? We walk around here like we don't know what the hell to do.
Right.
What we do know how to do is say, hey man, where you from? Where hood you from? Banging and dying for a street you don't own any goddamn property on. The guy that should be dying for that street name is the chick or the Korean that owns the damn apartment building you live in. But you don't see him out there dying for that. He owns the house. He owns the crib you paying rent to. Actually, he don't even own it. He still have a mortgage on it. You're helping him pay it.
Right.
And you dying?
And they don't even live out here.
Hey, a lot of the people who own the properties out here, just, you know, I'm from San Diego, so I can speak on that. I don't know about LA County. But a lot of the people that own properties in San Diego, they live in Sweden. So they're buying up the property and then moving all the way out. Now, in case you don't realize, the dollar is still worth more in a lot of different countries. Therefore, they're taking your hard $16.50 and then taking it over there and balling off their ass with it.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. So that our Hispanic and Latino brothers aren't without sin, let's bring this out in Spanish.
Right.
Read that, brother. Come on, King.
El libro es 2 Corintios, capítulo 7, versículo 14. Si se humillaré mi pueblo sobre él, cual mi nombre es invocado, y oren y busquen mi rostro, y se conviertan de sus malos caminos, entonces yo oiré desde los cielos y perdonaré sus pecados y sanaré su tierra.
De primero, latino, ustedes que son parte de la nación de Israel, los tribus originales de Israel, tienen que arrepentirse de sus pecados,
Así es.
las abominaciones que seguimos haciendo. Hay que arrepentirse de eso. Los mandamientos y las leyes de Dios son para nosotros, no para toda la gente. Ustedes, los mexicanos, guatemaltecos, salvadoreños, hondureños, puertorriqueños, cubanos, ecuatorianos, peruanos, colombianos, y todos ustedes son partes de los tribus originales de la nación de Israel. Tenemos que arrepentir, convertirlos de nuestros pecados.
Así es.
So let's go back real quick, y'all. So we just learned that repentance is what we have to follow in order to be forgiven. You don't just say, hey, man, forgive me for what I did, and then Jesus died on the cross, and it's all good. Or like the Catholics, they do one of these, you know, just cross themselves real quick, and it's already done and good, right? Because, you know, according to the church, when Jesus died, he gave me grace. But, you know, I dare any one of you guys that have any bills that come in the mail, look at your bill, and you're going to see the word grace there. You tell me, when you see the word grace on your bill, does that mean that you don't have to pay the bill no more? I just want to know. When this says grace period, does it mean you could just do whatever the hell you want to do and don't pay it ever? Somebody else is going to pay that bill for you? Somebody else is going to send a check in your name, a money order in your name, and take care of that for you? Is that what grace means? Or is it a period in which you can do whatever you want to do, but by a certain day, you better make sure you got all that money with extras on top of it. Make sure you're on time. But the point is, grace don't mean the bill and the minimum payment is done away with. That's not what the hell it means. So you better get that correct, y'all. They've been lying to us. In doing that, they're going to make sure that your bill is overdue. They're going to make sure you have, hey, watch this. We got great credit with the white man, y'all. Because if he says pay it ahead of time, ahead of the 30th day, so you can avoid a penalty, y'all going to make sure that that gets paid on time. You might even pay above the minimum payment just so you think you don't owe him money. But guess what? You got perfect credit with him. You know what that means? That you follow what the hell he says to do. That means you're afraid of the consequences that you're going to suffer if you don't do what he says on paper. But what about God's commandments and laws? You got a FICO of 0 with God right now. But he got the credit repair plan. And that's the laws and commandments.
That's right.
Right? That's what we got. So let's read right here. Because there's a different time, a different season. So we're going to let you know what time it is real quick.
Yeah.
We'll start with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 6.
A time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rest and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
There's a time for everything, y'all. And a lot of y'all, we're going to go a little slower, seem to think that God is just all about love. He is about love. Loving his people.
That's right.
The same people we said earlier. The same people we said earlier that we started this out when he divided the nations, chose a people unto himself. That was his doing. He wanted to do it. He didn't consult with you or your pastor or no king or anybody else, no mortal man. He didn't say, hey, what do you think? Give me your opinion on my plan. This is what I'm going to do. He didn't do that. He had his own. He is his own consultant. He does what he pleases. And that's what he did. So he's telling us there's a time for everything in my purpose. So we've been loving our oppressors. We've been loving the same people we heard about earlier, that they that rule over us hate us. They that hate us rule over us. And we've been loving them, doing, like we just said, everything they say to do. Just to keep a good face, just to keep a job, just to keep status. Oh, you know, I don't want to piss them off because I might go to jail. But you know what? What we're doing right here could put a lot of brothers in jail. It's put some Israelites in jail. The Bible says that we would go to jail for speaking this truth. A lot of the prophets went to jail. The apostles went to jail. Christ said, hey, if you see me, if you visited me in prison, you visited the least of my brothers, you visited me. So if we were in prison, then he was right there, shackles with you. Period. In the story. So this is a time for us to quit, to stop loving our oppressors and start hating. Hating what? That which is evil. Anything that opposes itself against that which is good. That's what time it is. It's time to tell the white man to his goddamn face that he's the devil.
That's right.
That part.
Not he's my boss, he's my master, that's my homie. You think because these white people go and have drinks, let you sleep with their women, their daughters, that they're cool with you? That's what you think that is? No? That's not how it works, y'all. Again, just because they hire you and give you a job, you think that it's all good now. Everything went away. They're constantly trying to put that get out spirit on you. Just forget that, man. That was in the past. You guys live in the past. 9/11 was in the past.
Right.
Why don't we tell them to put that away? And as my brother said here earlier, look at OJ. OJ was a great, Heisman Trophy winner, baller, the whole nine, right? The minute he went away from the laws and commandments, started dealing with the wrong women, you already know the story, right? But the funny thing is Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin, right? And that man is getting paid to sign Skittles.
Right.
Skittles, like it's a book signing contest. Getting paid to sign Skittles. And what does Skittles have to do with Trayvon Martin? His death and murder, right? So I want to suggest something to y'all, blacks, Hispanic, and Latinos real quick.
Bring it out.
How come we don't get with OJ and tell him, here, man, sit down right here at this table, and let's give you a bunch of knives and have you sign, because you know what? You like to cut up white meat.
Right.
Why don't we do that? Would that be a joke?
Right.
Would that be funny?
Right.
No, I don't think so, right? But they do that. They do that to us. They laugh. They think it's funny to kill us. Our lives are indispensable. Just as we are that fertile, just because we can continue to recreate and procreate that much doesn't mean that you have a right to kill us.
Right.
That's not how it works. So again, I think we should contact OJ and say, OJ, I want to be the first to buy a signed butcher knife from you.
Hey, or maybe one of y'all favorite things, 9/11. Why don't we just get a whole bunch of t-shirts that say fuck 9/11?
That's right.
Y'all will feel some type of way about that. My brother just came and gave y'all a prime point. Now, the issue that I take with that whole scene that my brother just said, the issue that I have is that Skittles is a $1 billion industry. And in fact, if they know what happened and they see the situations, they're letting them do that, meaning they're advocating. Meanwhile, the Me Too movement just got my guy Bill Cosby locked up. You feel me? Y'all ain't playing with Bill Cosby, and y'all gonna take all the endorsements. Matter of fact, anytime, if y'all remember, Nelly had got hit with a whole saying that he had sexually abused a woman or did sexual misconduct. If y'all remember that situation, he lost all his sponsors. But you telling me George Zimmerman can be out here signing autographs of Skittles? Matter of fact, hey, Jay-Z, because you're a top guy, and you had the nerve to sit there and say, you feel me, they killed X, but they let Zimmerman walk free. Well, he's signing Skittle rappers, and he's dissing you and he's getting at you. What are you doing?
And there you have it, folks. We don't know who God really is. And the reflection of that is seen in you not knowing who you are.
Right.
Because you're a God. You're a king. The kingdom is in you because you're a king. So wherever my feet shall try, the kingdom of heaven just walked in. Because we're that kingdom. So I'm going to finish with this. Now that we know what time it is, that the time for loving has passed, the time for hate is coming, let me just finish with this real quick, just to show you who God is. Because now that you know who we are, let's let you know who our God is, our God. Because he just showed us today that we're his people. So here's who our God is.
Libro de Éxodo, capítulo 15, versículo 3. Jehová es varón de guerra. Jehová es su nombre.
¿Qué es Jehová?
Un nombre. Jehová es un varón de guerra.
Un varón de guerra, eso es nuestro Dios. No es un Dios que uno cree que, quiero a todos, vengan acá, que le voy a dar un abrazo, un besito, que todo va a estar lindo. No, todo va a estar lindo para nuestra nación de Israel.
Así es. el hombre negro, el hombre moreno, el hombre latino, el hombre hispano, el hombre indígena. Esos son las naciones de Israel.
That's right.
Nadie más, solo nosotros. La Biblia entera es la historia de nuestra gente, de nuestra identidad, de nuestro Dios. Eso es lo que es la Biblia. No es un libro para el chino, el libro para el hindú. Ese libro no es para eso, para ellos. Ellos no se pueden convertir a israelitas. Así no es la cosa. So let's read it in English to close this out. Because now you heard that we know who we are. We're waking up. We're here to wake up our people. So now let's show you who our God is.
Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war.
A what?
The war.
You know you done fucked up, right?
That's right.
Say it again. Who's God?
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
That's why you have wars continually on earth. So all this crap about let's bring peace on earth, which is what they're going to be saying with Deck the Halls coming up here for Christmas, we don't give a damn about that. Because the truth is what? That he's a man of war. They're here to put in business, to put in work. That's what we're here for. Because he's a man of war. The war is going to pop off.
That's right.
And we're going to be their front lines for it. Because we're soldiers. All that Christianity ain't going to put you out here. It's going to say God is love. That's it. That's all they know. God so loved the world. The only world he loves is our world. And that's the nation of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. His real name in the Hebrew.
That's right.
Not no Jesus or Jehovah. Not no God or Lord. Those are names that were thrown in there. So that's who we are. And with that, I'll yield my time. So, brothers have given you Bible scripture, history, Google, archaeology, whatever you need, we got it. The Most High's put it on our spirit to come out here every week to wake up the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negro and indigenous descent.
That's right.
No Spaniards, no Africans.
Right.
If you think that you're African American, you better do your research.
Right.
You better do your research. If you think that you're from Spain, you better do your research.
That's right.
Make sure who you are. Because if you know where you come from, you got a better idea where you're going.
That's right.
So we want to give all praise and all glory to the Most High God of Israel, who's going to soon destroy this place. And we want to say thank you, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.